Good afternoon, everybody. This is Vince Boudreau, and I'm the president of City College of New York and your host for From City to the World. So today, for our inaugural show, we have Professor Herb Boyd. He's been an instructor at City College in the Black Studies program for the past 12 years, and we are pleased today to be discussing his latest book, Black Detroit, A People's History of Self-Determination.
It's really my mother's book. I always people say, it's a nice part memoir, part autobiography, part biography, and a kind of a love letter to the city.
You keep waiting for Black Detroit to be able to kind of have an opportunity to heave a sigh of relief and say, we finally got something here we can build on.
There's no relief.
I guess that's
no relief.
Part of the story, right?
You have to be ready to constantly and struggle. Yeah. You could talk about the 1920s, and I think that's a pivotal moment in understanding the greatest influx of these blues people, these refugees, these migrants from the South that arrive in Detroit. Henry Ford made that offer, $5 a day. And that spurred, this very intense movement of people. The demographic shift in this country has never been more phenomenal. Right. There's a second wave in the 1940s, the World War II. The automobile industry is converted into a war machine.
Right.
And that's where my mother really enters the story in a very significant way, because she had arrived in Detroit in 1941. I arrived in Detroit in 1943, 2 months before the race riot of 1943. It was it's introduction to Detroit.
Yes,
what's going on with these people running crazy in the street and everything. But I was only 4. But some of the things was coming to me that would live with me all of my days. That's the important thing about Black Detroit, is that it was an opportunity for me to reminisce. I mean, it's to go back and think about all of these individuals, the Coleman Youngs that I knew very well, the Rosa Parks, when she came in 1957, the John Conyers, who was in the news here recently. All of these people I knew at different stages of their development and my own development.
We are now pleased to welcome Eleanor Tatum to the discussion. She is the publisher and editor-in-chief of the Amsterdam News. And I don't know if I have to say this to a Harlem audience, but I will anyways. The Amsterdam News is the voice of one of the largest and most influential Black communities in the country and the world. And you both, in your storytelling, assemble stories that might otherwise, in other outlets, be left at the margin of something. You put them center stage. Sure. Do you think about yourself as a storyteller in that role?
Well, I think we all are storytellers in our own way. What you say is so true in terms of the juxtaposition of the way we place stories and the fact that they're even there.
Yeah.
The way that we've told stories and the stories that we've chosen to tell is what is so key. And it's one of the columns that actually Herb started with was our Black New Yorker, which was telling the untold stories of Black New Yorkers. Whether it was the woman who was growing collard greens in her backyard in tubs and giving it to the community and teaching the other kids how to grow these things, or other church women that were doing wonderful things in their community, or a teacher, but these were some of the unsung heroes.
And the whole idea is that we have these very, very insightful, absolutely lyrical voices that need to be heard. And so we, with Black New Yorker, with the classroom, with each one of our columns, has that particular concern. If it's jazz, if it's dance, if it's theater, if it's film, we have our own particular perspective and analysis of that.
Is it in the can?
Whoa.
All right.
My bad.
Thank you for that.
Way to go, Vince.
So this
was the first show.
Great job. He's a
I told him
natural.
that usually I come in, I interview presidents. The president interviews me. We have him though sooner or later in the paper.
Oh, thank you. Well, it's good to see you.
Good to see you too.